Making homemade pumpkin puree at home for baking and desserts is so easy. If you don't have access to canned pumpkin, just like me, in Australia it just doesn't exist. You can make your own for fall baking, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Hey guys, I'm Nick and welcome to another episode of the Scran line. Today we're going to be making easy homemade pumpkin puree for desserts and baking. The great thing about my recipe is you can use any type of pumpkin and you're going to get nice, thick, canned pumpkin puree minus the can. In Australia, you're going to use Jap or Kent pumpkin. If you're in America, you're going to use something called sweet or baking pumpkin. Again, any type of pumpkin is going to work for this recipe. What you definitely want to do is rinse and pat dry your pumpkin just to make sure that none of the soil or the dust that might be on the outside gets into the pumpkin as you're cutting it. Today I'm going to be using an entire small pumpkin, but if you use pre-cut pumpkin from your store, you want to make sure that you actually cut the edges off. Again, you want to make sure you clean it and pat dry it, but I learned this from Laura Vitale because people who cut them at stores use these large knives that can often end up a little bit dirty. So just to be on the safe side, you want to make sure you cut each end just a very thin sliver off. The center of your pumpkin is going to have seeds. Some people like to bake these to turn them into pumpkin seeds. Honestly, I can't be bothered. There's not enough of them and it's just easier to buy them. So just get rid of those and you're going to be left with just the pumpkin and the skin. Don't worry about peeling the skin off because we're going to pop this in the oven on a baking tray. If you're using an entire pumpkin, cut side down. If you're using two halves, just pop them together. Otherwise, just put it on the baking tray. This is going to bake for about 60 to 90 minutes depending on how much pumpkin you're baking on 180 degrees Celsius or 355 Fahrenheit. Once it's baked, that skin is going to come off really easy. Let it cool down for about 10 or 15 minutes first, otherwise you'll burn your hands trying to get that skin off. You're going to pop this into a food processor and blitz this until it's really smooth. Now, depending on the pumpkin that you did use today, it could have a lot of water in it, it could have not very much in it. So after you've processed it, if it's nice and thick, go ahead and use it for your desserts or your baking. If you want really nice thick pumpkin puree, you want to grab a cheesecloth, pop it on top of a sieve with a bowl underneath, pour the pumpkin puree in there, let this strain for a couple of hours. I like to do it overnight because it ends up really thick. This is the same exact method I use for my tzatziki dip recipe, which if you've never tried, the recipe is on my website at scranline.com. It is so delicious, perfect for garlic lovers like me. Anyway, back to the pumpkin puree. Once it's strained, this is ready to use for your desserts and your baking. In fact, as thick as it is right now, it's perfect for really successful pumpkin pie. You don't want too much moisture in your pumpkin pie because it can crack it doesn't set properly. So what's great about making your pumpkin puree is you can really control the water content in the pumpkin so that you have recipe success every time. If you want to grab the recipe for this really simple pumpkin puree, it's on the website, thescranline.com. Link for that is in the box below. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this really simple. Thank you for joining me for this really simple recipe today. I've got loads of great pumpkin recipes coming up, so make sure you subscribe and I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line.